Yo everyone, it's Mugiwarya, and welcome to the first episode of my brand new series, Grand Line Reflections. In this series, we're diving deep into the most meaningful, impactful, and sometimes misunderstood moments in One Piece. The ones that define the story, the characters, and Oda's message itself. So, if you love exploring the heart of One Piece, make sure to subscribe, because this is only the beginning. Today we're looking at one of the most famous lines in all of One Piece. A man's dream will never die, said by none other than Marshall D. Teach, Blackbeard. Now, when I first saw this scene, I thought Blackbeard truly understood the power of dreams. I thought he was the opposite of Bellamy, someone who mocked dreamers and laughed at the idea of adventure. Back then, I believed Blackbeard's words meant that if you don't chase your dreams, you'll die with regrets. Simple, powerful, and even kind of inspiring. But now, I've changed my mind. Because when you look closer, there's something off. Something that completely flips the meaning of that moment. Why didn't Luffy agree with him? Why didn't he smile or nod? Why didn't he say anything back? Luffy's entire journey is built on dreams and freedom. So why does this moment feel wrong? Let's break it down. When Luffy and Blackbeard first meet, it's lighthearted. Pies, jokes, a small argument. Luffy gets annoyed, but not truly disturbed. Then, Blackbeard starts talking about dreams, and suddenly Luffy goes quiet. When they leave the bar, Luffy doesn't say a single word to him, not even goodbye. His entire energy shifts. Why? Because Blackbeard's idea of dreams isn't what it seems. Fast forward to chapter 1080, and Blackbeard says, "Now don't go trampling on a man's dream." At first, that sounds noble, right? But this time, we know who he really is. Blackbeard isn't protecting dreams. He's using them. He's mocking the entire concept by turning it into an excuse for greed. Look at every Straw Hat's dream. Brooks ends when he reunites with Laboon. Frankie's when the Sunny sails the world. Robin's when she uncovers the Void Century. Chopper's when he cures all disease. Sanji's when he finds the All Blue. Nami's when she maps the whole world. Zoro's when he defeats Mihawk. And Luffy's when he becomes Pirate King. All of them end. Because dreams in One Piece aren't meant to last forever. They're meant to be fulfilled. They have a destination. That's the beauty of it. Chasing a dream that can end means living with purpose. But Blackbeard, his dreams have no end. They're infinite, consuming, greedy. He doesn't dream. He hungers. He calls it ambition. He calls it will. But in truth, it's just endless desire. That's why he's darkness itself. He consumes everything around him, including the dreams of others. He doesn't rest. He doesn't sleep. He doesn't dream. He just takes. So when he said, "A man's dream will never die," he wasn't celebrating the beauty of dreams. He was twisting it, mocking it, using the word dream to justify his greed. And that's why Luffy never smiled. Because Luffy's dream lifts others, Blackbeard's crushes them. Maybe Oda's message here is simple but powerful. A dream needs an ending. Because if it doesn't, it'll end up consuming you. This was Grand Line Reflections, Episode 1. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Mugiwarya for more weekly deep dives into the soul of One Piece. Next week, we'll reflect on another legendary moment that shaped the series. And trust me, you don't want to miss it.